Space News 40, September 4th, 2024. Hello again. Thank you for being here with me once more. I hope you are very well today. I am Marie. Hello, welcome to my channel. This information can be seen as science fiction, or as the viewer sees best, and I post it for entertainment purposes only. Still, I take my information very seriously, and for whoever has eyes to see. I am writing this on the afternoon of Tuesday, September 3rd, and on the morning of Wednesday 4, 2024. The new Pleiadian and Urmah Treaty is signed. Last Sunday, September 1st, 2024, the Alcyone Council had a large meeting with all its members and with King Ruwa himself, of the Urmah conglomerate. It was me who summoned this council meeting, in an attempt to expand the treaty Taygeta already had with the Urmah, which was signed by Queen Alanim and King Ruwa a few years ago. The council took place strictly by remote presence, which means no member was really in front of another, as we all met in the virtual version of the Alcyone Council's Great Hall. The races that attended the council meeting are the ones that follow. The Sorke, and the Mizwaki of Sterope, who are Lyrian, space humans. The Elo, and the Narf Elios of the star Asterope, who are also Lyrian variants. The Hydean, Urmah feline race of the star Merope, which are more Urmah, large cats, and who take their name from their vast colonies in the Hydean star cluster, much closer to Earth. The Ashand race, also from the star Merope, who are more Lyrians and coexist in peace with the Hydean feline Urmah. The Salatian, white Pleiadian race, from the star Pleione, these are considered typical Pleiadians. The Moluse, also called Atlants, from the star Atlas. The Engan, Lyrian human race, who look like Earth Nordics, from the star Electra. The Saleano, the blue Pleiadian race, from the star Saleano, who are related to the Andromedan people. They look humanoid but are not Lyrian, and also have pale blue skin. The Maya, the Moluse, who are kin to the Moluse from Atlas, and the Hopi people, from the star Maya, that are more Lyrian space humans, and are closely related to North and Mesoamerica's past, on Earth. The Yena people, who are more Lyrian space humans, and no, their name has nothing to do with the Yena animals on Earth. The Urmah race, from the star Vega, who was represented by King Ruwa the White Lion, himself, and the only race and culture from outside the M45 Pleiades star cluster. And the Taygetan people from the star Taygeta, represented by me, and who I imagine you know quite well. Last Sunday I dressed in a medium long white dress, with a small silver diadem crown, and a purple long cape with gold lining. Then I proceeded alone into the full immersion communication system, where I stepped into the great council hall of the Yena, in Alcyone. The hall is round with a large ornamented dome overhead, and all the representatives of the present races sat on large marble white benches with red cushions, which surrounded the speaker. The great hall is set in the middle of a dark water lake, with forest at every edge and all around. A unique and peaceful place to talk for long hours about extremely important things, and make hard decisions about them, beautifully crafted by the best Yena architects of old, reproduced and inserted with utmost realism into immersion virtual reality, for the safety of the attendants. The hall is real, and so is the lake and the forest, but we attended only the virtual reality version of it, which is indistinguishable from the real version. Using virtual reality full immersion is a lot safer for these kinds of meetings and also a lot more practical than moving all those people and their staff from their home planets to planet Grande Yena, in Alcyone. Yes, the Yena home planet is called Grande, like in large in Spanish, although I'm told it has no relationship. Those above are the main interstellar and advanced races found in the M45 Pleiades star cluster, which its members considers a constellation in its own right, although also considered part of Taurus as well. They are all advanced and interstellar except for the Moluse from Atlas, who by their own choice decided to no longer pursue space travel, as their belief system and culture make them feel satisfied with their planet, and need no other, yet they do use remote presence communication technology, and are also known to space travel when there is a good enough reason to. On the other hand, the Moluse from the star Maya, who are the same people, are fully interstellar and very good at it. Besides the cultures mentioned above, there are at least 24 smaller pre-industrial, non-interstellar civilizations developing in the M45 star cluster, which are respected and taken care of with no interference, and who did not participate, nor know anything about this meeting. Besides them all, other beings reside in their own existential levels, in the Pleiadian astral, to call it somehow, and who are guides to us all who are in this material world of the living realm. This includes guiding people on Earth from higher existential planes, but that is another story. The main nature of the treaty is to expand the cooperation among the member races which signed it, and the Urmah feline conglomerate, mostly for protection, but not only. The Taygetan people signed a military and trade treaty with the Urmah, quite recently, mostly for protection purposes, because they, or we, were feeling menaced as Taygeta has always been somewhat of a target for the Earth's Dark Cabal, which is a puppet of the Galactic Federation, as we all know. As our awareness about how the Federation really works grew, we came to understand that it is the Galactic Federation who wants more dominance over Taygeta, and therefore is using the Cabal on Earth as a tool, or as the means to invade, as they had already tried in numerous occasions, being the last one during the early 1940s. Our best intel strongly suggests that this entire galactic quadrant is being controlled by a Galactic Federation area headquarters which is found in several locations orbiting Saturn, including on its rings. We also have come to believe that it is not only Taygeta who they want, rather they want to use it as a stepping point to expand, to invade, the entire Pleiades M45 star cluster. The reason why they would be targeting Taygeta, and not any one of the other civilizations from M45 is complex and full of history, yet there is a very large component of them thinking that Taygeteanos are all too spiritual, loving and harmless, and therefore incapable of defending themselves. In other words, they consider Taygeta to be an accessible weak point among the M45 Alcyone Council member races. Yes, there would be much weaker races to target, for example, the non-interstellar Moluse, but not being interstellar is precisely what is protecting them. As for the other civilizations, they are not as active near Earth as Taygetanos have been for hundreds, perhaps even thousands of years, therefore they have been much closer and at hand than anyone else of the others. Holding a very high frequency, and knowing that you cannot protect yourself from something, without also manifesting what you need to protect from, is a manifestation, a law of mirror's truth. If you do not give your opponent something to bounce against, the hostile situation cannot escalate. The problem with this is that things tend not to be so simple as countless other factors and vibrations are always intervening, so wanting to protect yourself only by holding a high vibration, although essential, is not enough to protect you, or an entire civilization, when things start to turn ugly. Being only high vibe and spiritual for protection can be very dangerous because it turns you into a loving fluffy bunny, who is only good for being eaten. We must all be high vibe, ethical, loving and spiritual, but we must all know how to carry and wield a sword. If you have been following my group and me for some time, perhaps you have noticed an escalade in military hardware. This is why. Taygeteanos are not weak, and knowing how to defend ourselves does not make us any less spiritual or any less positive. Therefore, since I came to be the Taygetan queen, I have reinforced military and strategic defenses, and this takes me to announce the construction of a new class of high-tech dreadnought starships, the Aldebaran class. This will reinforce the already existing Alcyone-class dreadnoughts, and eventually will replace them, as they are already starting to show signs of aging, yet they are still quite dependable and dangerous, as they should be. This takes me back to the treaty. All this I just mentioned is well known by all the members of the Alcyone Council, and what former Queen Alanim and I have demonstrated and expressed to them has made their concerns about the safety and integrity of all Pleiadian races be questioned. This treaty reinforces all our defenses around the entire M45 star cluster, as it not only brings further needed cooperation among its members, but it brings us closer to the Urmah conglomerate, which has had a very good and healthy relationship with Taygeta for a very long time. The Urmah conglomerate is the only group that has even been able to stand a ground against both the regressive Orion group and the Galactic Federation at the same time. The Urmah are highly ethical and very loving and caring, and at the same time, they are known to be alpha warriors of the galaxy, as they stop at nothing to protect their kin and friends. This treaty states that any military aggression, or of any other kind, against a treaty member involves all the rest. To attack one of the treaty members is to attack all of them. The Alcyone Council was founded to protect and unite all the members of the M45 star cluster, but now that the cooperation treaty extends to the Urmah as well, and although strictly speaking, they are not Pleiadian, as they are from Vega, their Urmah conglomerate members, the Hydean felines, who are Pleiadian, do give them the right to be Alcyone Council members as well. Now, by this treaty, any aggression to any M45 Pleiades member, or to any Urmah conglomerate member, involves them all. We are now one united mass which watches our backs against any expansionistic aggression, be it of a military character, or manipulative, as we have recently seen. All this comes as a response and as a consequence of the Galactic Federation's obscurity, where what they say does not reflect on their actions, they say one thing and do another. This gives us as a Pleiadian Urmah conglomerate no option but to protect ourselves from the unknown, all while doing so under what interstellar law dictates, which is eerily similar to Earth's maritime law, one being clearly a reflection of the other. We are breaking no laws here, it was all done under the rules of the Galactic Federation itself, yet we will not hesitate to impose ours when we see our rights, and those of our friends and kin, are being disrespected or blatantly under attack. No Alcyone Council member hesitated to sign the new treaty, and some were even extremely enthusiastic about it, like our friends the Engan, whose king gave a speech about integrity and about not letting anyone impose their poor ethics and rules upon our group. He was clearly upset and very energetic, to the brink of yelling while he demanded the Galactic Federation to open to clarity, or face Engan wrath, which means the entire group's wrath after this treaty. The calm and secure one, who did not speak more than what was necessary, was Urmah King Rua, who was calmly listening to all of us while sitting on his over-ornamented throne, while dressed in animal skins over golden armor. He stated, "We are now a force to be reckoned with, especially when we have superior ethics on our side, and the will to protect the weak and those in need. All this affects Earth directly or indirectly, as the Galactic Federation's dark side will think twice before escalating their issues and their nefarious plans, as what occurs on Earth affects us all, and every member of the Alcyon Council and the Urmah knows this. As for now, at the time I write these words, the Galactic Federation has not issued any declaration nor any response to our new treaty. As it is within interstellar law, they have no right to directly boycott it, yet we know it will be met with much resistance, as it does lessen their power and their grip on much-wanted territories, such as the Pleiades, and only makes the Urmah conglomerate even stronger. Much more remains to be said, but I must leave this video at this point for today. I will keep you informed. A big hug to you all. This will be all for today. As always, thank you for watching my video, and for liking, sharing, and subscribing for more. It helps this channel grow a lot. And I hope to see you here next time. With much love and appreciation, your friend, Marie Swaruu.